scene from the movie Nope is what I'll be breaking down for you guys today. With Jordan Peele. Came out last year sometime, I think last summer. It was a movie about aliens. It had a bit of comedy, but it was some hidden jewels in the movie Nope that some people caught, some people didn't. But I want to break down this particular scene when the chimp, and his name is Gordy, when he went wild in the studio and the shoe was standing straight up in the air, unassisted by itself. I want to break you guys down the meaning of what that is.
Hey, Gordy! Surprise!
Wow, now that is a gift.
Here you go, Gordy. Happy birthday.
So basically, again, this was a TV show called Hey Gordy, or Gordy. The Asian kid you see here to the right in the movie Nope, he grew up to be a ranch owner, and he had the first encounter with the alien animal / ship on his farm. But this is him in the movie Hey Gordy when he was a child. And the scene that's coming up, to me, this scene represents PTSD. And when I say that, I say, again, this is a movie. PTSD is known as post-traumatic stress disorder. This is a movie. Those are people. But Gordy was an animal. He was a monkey. Imagine the takes they did. Imagine them locking him in a cage constantly. Imagine them using force when he's not ready to do certain things, using a prong, maybe not feeding him on schedule to get certain responses. Imagine that. And then imagine snapping. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Someone with PTSD have many triggers. One of the main triggers is loud noise. That can set a person off with post-traumatic stress disorder. You can have post-traumatic stress disorder from many things, not just going in the military, because most people just think military and they equate that with post-traumatic stress disorder. It's not true. People growing up in the hood, hearing gunshots all the time, people being abused by a parent or a loved one, they could be susceptible to post-traumatic stress disorder. But anyway, we're going to move along in this clip, and I want to kind of break this down to you while I'm telling you that Gordy suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, and watch the result of it. What you heard was a balloon pop as it went in the air and hit the lights. Now this is Gordy losing his mind. Why? Because he's going through post-traumatic stress disorder. And he finally snapped. He's eating this woman's face at this point, because that's what chimps do. That's what monkeys do. They'll eat the face off of a person. But most particularly, I want you guys to pay attention to the shoe. There's a shoe right in screen that's standing straight up. And then there's a shoe that's actually on her right foot. I've seen a lot of people try to break this down about how gravity is holding the shoe and how the shoe is this and that. Well, I kind of got in the mind of Jordan Peele, the writer. And I said, why would he have a shoe sticking straight up in the air with no assistance? So everybody would be looking at that shoe. But automatically, the way my mind is wired, I'm looking at the other shoe. Why? Because that's the shoe on the other foot. So when the shoe is on the other foot, this is what happens. This is what you get. Gordy was the animal being controlled, being manipulated, being shown what to do or forced into doing something that it had no willing participation. Gordy was a tool. Gordy went through his post-traumatic stress situation. From the balloon popping, Gordy lost his mind. Hence, now you're seeing the shoe on the other foot. Now Gordy is in control. Gordy is ripping the face off of this lady. Gordy has lost his mind because now the shoe is on the other foot. He is the one in control.
No, Gordy, no! Get down!
It's no coincidence to me that the actors in this particular segment of this movie were all white, because again, that's still, in my mind, a symbolism of society and what's going on today. Gordy is black. The actors were white, except for this guy. He's an Asian. But if you take that for what it is today, you have a black man surrounded around white people, forcing it to do something, forcing it in a cage, forcing it to abide by rules, forcing it to eat when it says eat, sleep when it says sleep. Now, once that post-traumatic stress disorder kicks in, all hell breaks loose. Shoe on the other foot. Gordy was never aggressive until today, because he couldn't take it no more. He lost it. Asian kid that's sitting under the table, and some would say, why didn't he want to kill him? That's a good question. He wasn't never threatened by the Asian kid. He was never placed into a compromising situation from the Asian kid. And also, he didn't feel a threat from the Asian kid. He actually felt a connection. He felt more like the Asian kid than he did the white people that were in this segment. And this is symbolic to how people come from different countries into America, and how, although we're all different, we have so many similarities in common. A lot of us are treated differently by one secular group of people. We don't even understand that we collectively have the power to do whatever we want to do. Fist bump. Like I told you a second ago, Gordy realized that the young kid was a threat. It felt more connected to this kid than anything. It felt almost like a protector. But again, just like in America, the black people, the melanated people go through so much torment, so much trouble, so much PTSD, that when it finally snaps, that when he or she finally can't take anymore, on public display, you have to be made an example of. You have to be made an example of for the audience. So the next time, no chimp, no brother, no sister would ever want to get out of line.